Joining me today is one of India's most respected legal minds, former Solicitor General of India. He's been amicus in several cases in the Supreme Court, in path-breaking cases, I would say, for more than 35 years. Also in path-breaking landmark court constitutional cases. I welcome on the show Senior Advocate Mr. Ranjit Kumar. Mr. Kumar, as I welcome you on the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for
you,
being with us. I want to begin at the very start. I've been trying to read up on you, but very little is known about your real roots, about, of course, we know where you started and did your college from, but tell us a little bit about your early years, how you got into law.
So, early years, I was born in Varanasi because my mother was from Varanasi and my father was from Bhagalpur. So, my initial years, my father was in a transferable job and the joint family used to live in Bhagalpur. So, I was there also with my mother there. Father would come whenever he had time because he would be posted outside. He was never posted in Bhagalpur.
Okay.
And then later on with the postings, because with the family I moved, so there was a partition in the family in 1960.
Okay.
And after that partition, we left Bhagalpur. And then dad was posted in Bihar, then Mukama. So, I attended small schools there. Then father realized that this is not going to help me in my education. So, he put me in a hostel in the Hazaribagh St. Xavier's. So, but then he got posted to Hazaribagh, so I stayed at home in the beginning. And then when he got posted out, I remained in the hostel there. So, Xavier's Hazaribagh was like starting afresh, because before that, wherever I was, 2-3 years, I was in a Hindi medium school. So, I had to start all over from here. So, but I got a double promotion and I joined the second standard straight away.
Lovely.
And in 73, I passed out of Michael's. Then in 74, when the results came out, we had to go to college. At that time, the Rajnarayan movement, the students' movement started in Bihar in a big way.
Yes.
Where students, some 18 students were killed in a firing outside Patna College, Patna University, so to say. So, because of that, everything got closed down. So, Patna was out of the question. Then my father thought, because my mother is from Banaras, we had family in Banaras, so maybe I can join the BHU. But then simultaneously BHU got closed and all the eastern circuit practically was paralyzed. So, the only option was for me was to join at Delhi.
Okay.
So, I joined Delhi Hindu College in 1974 as an economics honor student.
Lovely. Very prestigious.
And thereafter 77 to 80, I did law, and 80 I joined the profession.
What were the initial years like?
Initial years was that I somehow found a zest to work. So, my senior was very happy. My senior was then an advocate practicing here, Mr. BP Singh. So, I had joined his chamber.
What were the initial cases that you did?
Initial cases that I did, I would say that the first case I argued before the Constitution bench was before Justice Pathak's bench of Raghubir Singh versus Union of India, or Union of India versus Raghubir Singh, relating to the Land Acquisition Amendment Act of 1984. The 1894 Act was amended in 1984.
My gosh.
So, to that amendment, the matter was before a Constitution bench. So, I argued that also on behalf of some private landowners.
Yes.
And it was basically an interpretation issue that how it will be followed. So, there were 2-3 conflicting judgments of 2-3 judges. So, that was my first case, as a big case, I would say, to argue before the Constitution bench within about 7 years of practice.
Yes. What have been the impactful cases? I remember the police reforms that you did for children of tender age who were born in prison.
Yeah, so that was an amicus case that was filed by one of the advocates then. Now I don't see him, maybe I hope he's alive. When Mr. R.D. Upadhyay had filed a case in which I was chosen as an amicus curiae, and that was about case where it was of course about prison reforms But what exactly was being said that why should the children of prisoners be required to live in jail with their mothers? Why should they suffer? They have not committed a crime.
True.
The crime is personal to a person.
True.
So if there is nobody in the family, what would happen is that the mother is in jail, the child will be kept with the mother because of tender age.
Yes.
So I said, no, this can't be. So therefore, Chief Justice Anand passed a judgment that it can't be. You will have to keep them in open jails, where the child can get education, get to see the free world, and there can be he should not be living in an atmosphere where people around you are all criminals, so that we may grow up to become one.
Yes.
It can have a tendency.
I think that's remarkable, because
that was one part of it, and there was a second part to it, that about how many people who were languishing in jail even after having completed their entire sentence.
Oh.
So that was a very fine experience, to bring about some succor to the children basically, and to aged people living in jail much beyond their terms.
But then what do we say about the judicial system in India? You've spoken about it often. You've also spoken about how there are only 21 judges for our population, I think for a population of per million people. And the 1987 target was 50 judges per million.
Yes.
What do we do for this, sir?
So actually, my understanding of it, and I have written some things on this also, that the infrastructure for the court is to be expended by the state government. The state government keeps this as the last priority.
Okay.
It does not give priority for creating an infrastructure. Only when you have infrastructure that you can have judges. You have to have the entire paraphernalia.
Right.
Judges can't sit alone.
Right.
You will need for them their entire staff,
Right.
their entire infrastructure. You will have to have proper courts.
Yes.
Of course, much water has flown now, and a lot of improvements have happened, and the courts are getting refurbished, and they are virtual, and they have getting digitized, and you are getting computer. You can access any document from any court because papers have been digitized of pending cases. So things are better. But for the appointment, you have to increase the number of people to be appointed.
You've been an amicus in environment matters?
Yes.
In unauthorized...
Mostly in environment matters.
In environment matters.
Mostly.
In fact, I remember once the Supreme Court also said, the bench said that you should be given 50 lakh rupees, and you refused it by the Delhi government.
Of course, rightly so, because you see, I said let the juniors be given because they need it. I said I have been at it. If I wanted it, I should have got it that time when I may I have needed it. At this stage in 2019-20,
Yes.
I said I don't want it. It will not be a good reflection on me that for all these years. So, like I was appointed first for the quiet flow. The Maili Yamuna was a article written in the Hindustan Times by one Bula Devi.
Okay.
On that article, Justice Kuldeep Singh took suo moto action and appointed me as amicus.
Okay.
That as to how we can have the cleaning of Yamuna.
Okay.
So the sewage treatment plants that started coming up with the help of the court orders.
Okay.
It started only thereafter.
Okay.
Delhi didn't have sewage treatment plants as such. There was some small infrastructure, but not about all around Delhi, because you had industrial associations, etc., industrial areas. The second part of it was that in the MC Mehta case, the MC Mehta had filed a petition about the pollution in Delhi because of dangerous and heavy industries. Now the master plan, which was at that point of time available, which was called Master Plan 2001, which came out sometime in the early 80s. I don't remember the date exactly now. that provided that heavy industries and dangerous, so to say, they will be shifted out of Delhi and they will not remain in Delhi. So finally we got a judgment of almost 1100 industries were taken out of Delhi.
Okay.
And in fact the land which was to be left after the industries had gone, the court allowed them an extra FAR.
Okay.
That you build your commercial thing, no problem.
Yes.
But these industries, it was called obnoxious and heavy industrial industries. So they were all shifted out, and in fact the states where they were to be given, like people went to Himachal, Rajasthan, other places where they shifted, they were, by court order, they were given certain incentives to go there. And even the workmen were protected. That if the workman is willing to go there, let him go there.
Okay.
But
But if this it's remarkable this happened, and yet I want to come to a question which you might not be directly involved in, but the air pollution in Delhi. Toxic as it is, I think this is one case you should be involved in. What can be done in this
No,
case?
so in the toxic case, let me tell you, you see, there, according to me, people are, this is my personal opinion,
Yes.
people are passing on the buck to something different as to what is the cause. Like people will say stubble burning, so
Correct.
therefore it happens in October, November,
Correct.
etc.
Yes.
But there are much more problems, and the last time the matter came, I appeared on my own as an officer of the court, and I told the Chief Justice that I want to bring some things to your notice. So one of the things which is most important and which most people have glossed over, there are almost 15 to 20 thermal plants, and coal-based plants, including thermal plants.
Okay.
And they don't have proper air pollution devices for sulfur dioxide.
Oh.
Now they are within the NCR region. Now in 2015, the Government of India Environment Ministry issued a notification that you have to have that apparatus, I am forgetting the name, it has a slightly longish name,
Right.
to make sure that the sulfur dioxide gets treated and the air pollution doesn't happen.
Okay.
And they were given time of 2 years.
Right.
These people came that this will require investment, this, that, etc. It got extended to 2020.
Right.
Thereafter, again exempted and again granted up to 2022. Now it has gone to 2027. And there are 3 categories, A, B, C categories of industries, meaning A is the national capital region, which requires it more. The C category can do it up to 2029. So like if your notification has not been given effect to, it's a very serious matter.
It's very serious.
Because you have prescribed the standard of emission
Yes.
for coal-based plants within the rules, within the schedule to the environment protection rules, and you are not enforcing it. So you are passing on the buck.
That's true.
Most people don't know about it.
And this is contempt.
And in the sense that I don't know whether it is contempt really, because of the fact that the government has chosen because the power plants must have brought to their notice what kind of, there may be requirement of a heavy infrastructure, maybe some plant may have to close down for some time
Yes,
to
of course.
get into it.
Yes. I think all the governments are passing the buck, whether it's the Delhi government,
Yeah,
whether it's the
that's what I'm trying to say.
there's always a tick for tat that's happening.
Yes, so it's not done.
just
You are
not
still playing with the life of a citizen. My Article 21 right to live
Yes.
is being affected. Even when I was doing this sealing matters, because I was saying that there should be no commercial activity in residential areas.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we got sealing orders. Then what happened? Parliament made a Delhi Special Provisions Act in 2007, and it temporary act for 1 year, and it is being extended every year since 2007.
But I also want to ask you, there was a case that you did, and you had said that you wanted to be relieved of being an amicus in the case of unauthorized construction in
Same
Delhi.
thing.
Same case.
This is
Because
the
there
one.
was pressure.
So therefore, no pressure.
Okay.
You see, I'll tell you why. There were 3-4 aspects of that MC Mehta matter. One was Aravali mining.
Yes.
One was industrial pollution.
Yes.
there were no designated industrial areas, the kind of thing. Then thirdly, this about the commercialization of residential colonies.
Yes.
So therefore, commercialization also we got stopped sealing orders. Then Parliament passed a law.
Yes.
So and then unauthorized construction means you don't have a plan. You can go to the Babu and get your work done without anybody asking a question. So if the planning, there is a zonal plan.
Yes.
There is an area plan, there is a master plan, there is a requirement of how much you can build.
Yes.
There are building bylaws,
Yes.
etc., etc. Everything being flouted. So this was another aspect. So they said, no, we had only taken, the judgment that came was that we were only concerned with commercialization of residential areas and it had nothing to do with unauthorized construction. I showed them the orders. I showed them everything, that this has been considered, report after report.
Yes.
Of the expert group committee.
Yes.
Burelal's committee was there. But somehow the judgment came against. That was the time when I was offered this 50 lakhs to be as compensation to me, which I refused. Today I'll give you another example apart from this thermal power plant. Vehicular pollution.
Yes.
Is, according to me, 40% of the pollution today. Why? Anywhere and everywhere on every road, you will find that the free movement of traffic is restricted because people are parking on the road.
Okay.
The roads are not meant for parking.
True.
They are there. You people who are getting, people should have a situation where they can have a place where the parking of the vehicles can happen, not on the road, because it restricts the free movement of vehicles.
I want to move on to the other cases that you have done.
Please.
Abrogation of Article 370, remarkable cases that you'd been a part of. The pellet, I remember the pellet guns case. I ask these questions because it becomes very important to understand not only these cases, but also what was possibly your experience about the minds of people in Jammu and Kashmir, keeping in mind today the Red Fort attack, where there have been Kashmiri doctors who've been found as white-collar terrorists to be at the very backbone of these attacks.
So, in my opinions, according to me, what I feel is, I'll first discuss the earlier part about the pellet injuries, etc. That time I was SG.
Yes.
And the court felt that these pellet injuries are being caused and people are being blinded and all that. So I had a detailed discussion with the CRPF who was handling the thing, and they showed me, and I brought the article to that. Really speaking, the pellets were being used only after the tear gas used to happen.
Right.
Then the pellets were used.
Yes.
Now if you don't disperse, and if you are keep on constantly throwing small stones, now how those small stones got gathered there by that they had all the stones to throw at.
Yes.
And now both sides are human beings. I am not doubting that at all.
Yes.
But you have an intent that I must throw stones and I'll put something to cover my face, not to get the tear gas, and yet continue. So to discourage them, rubber pellets.
Correct.
It was not anything but rubber pellet. Now, but it may hit the eye, it may affect the eye completely, or it may not affect. But it depends on the kind of force with which it goes. So I am not in favor of the fact that somebody's eyes must go away. He's a human being also.
Yes.
So that is one part of it. So that I explained to the court, and the court understood. We said that we are only using as much force as is necessary to control.
Yes.
That was our stand completely at that time. And that was as a government council.
Yes.
Now coming to the Red Fort attack, which you talk about, you see, if an intellectual person like a doctor, I would call him a well-read man, an intellectual. But if they were to be, kind of pressurized, so there are 2-3 factors. It can be pressurized, it can be ideology, it can be somebody ingraining to you that saying all things that are happening negative in India.
Yes.
But if you get into this thing of being coaxed, then that is a problem.
And taking from this, and I also ask about senior advocates who may be your friends or maybe your counterparts. The Delhi riots case hearing is happening in the Supreme Court. We see every hearing start with the elite senior advocates start off by saying that their client who's been in prison, whether it's Umar Khalid has been there for 5 years or Sharjeel Imam for 5 years, is someone who's an engineer or someone who's very well read. How does that matter when that person is a terrorist who's tried to do chakka jam in Delhi, who's tried to say that we want the bottleneck and Assam to be separated from India, who's tried to do a regime change operation in India?
So there are two things to it. What does bail say in these cases, terror cases, under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, UAPA, or otherwise earliest we had the Prevention of Terrorist Act,
Yes.
POTA, so to say,
Ji.
etc. There was this system that there are two conditions to be fulfilled while granting bail. One is that the public prosecutor will be heard before granting, and second, that extended time for charge sheet, etc., is another part of it. The second, that the court would feel and understand that they're not likely to commit any further crime, and that they are not really, on the prima facie case, not involved in the crime. Right?
Yes.
This is the general condition for a bail in such matters. Now, if we are looking at this, look at MACOCA, the Maharashtra Criminal Organized Crime Act.
Yes.
That you don't get bail.
Yes.
You don't get bail. No, you may be there for. So the court has to still judge.
Yes.
And pardon me, I'm sorry, because the hearing is going on, judgment is not delivered. So whatever I'm saying is only for the purpose of understanding the law.
Sure.
And it has nothing to do
Sure.
with whatever hearing is going. I want to give that disclaimer.
Absolutely.
Because it's not, please, I would be the last person
Absolutely.
to in any way, kind of comment on the hearing.
Yes, sir.
But so it is for any individual judge or two judges or a bench to look at the kind of crime, look at the background of the person, look at whether he has had antecedents or not about having committed any crime, and what is the likelihood that being out on bail he can commit another crime. What I am saying is that these considerations, any bench or any matter, I would say, in any court, trial court, appellate court, high court, whatever, Supreme Court, these are considerations to be seen. So it's really speaking that I completely agree with Krishna Iyer's ruling that bail is the rule and jail is an exception.
Yes.
Completely.
Yes.
But there are exceptions.
That's right.
That jail is an exception part also includes the what kind of exception. It is not said the bail is only rule.
Yes.
The latter part is not there in that sentence. No.
Yes.
The law is bail is a rule and jail is an exception. When you go to the jail as an exception, you have to decide for yourself, for the judge concerned, that whether an exception is made out or not.
These are cases one decides that bail should not be given.
So therefore you'll have to really, that is why the exception is what is the gravity of the crime.
Yes.
What is the mind of the person?
Yes.
And that's why you ask for whether there are any antecedents.
What would you say for urban naxals? A new phenomenon, but very ingrained in, I've seen professionals, in not doctors, but in colleges you'll find in some places.
I will just repeat myself, the ingraining is the fact that you look at everything in a negative sense.
True.
That's all.
But it's there and it's very dangerous.
Yes. So that's the mind, bent of mind.
Yes.
That's a bent of mind. Whatever may be the good,
yes,
you will think, no, there is this thing wrong there.
So, in a sense on this, I also want to ask Mr. Kumar about not the urban naxals, but a very strange lobby that's also a part of the judicial system, that's always seeing the negative in the judiciary and besmirching the judiciary also. But in another part of his wonderful chamber and his residence, we'll take a look at another part and be back with him on this. We're in the wonderful park that is also maintained a little bit by Sir and his friends.
Jointly maintained.
Jointly maintained
by,
at his...
people around us in this park. And
yes.
the view. We have views here in Johor Bagh.
Lovely.
So,
at his Johor Bagh residence, and we just come out. Mr. Kumar was also telling us how during COVID you used to be here. Tell us a little bit about that.
During COVID, I was using this park to walk in the morning because there was no other activity in the whole day.
Right.
And what could one do? So I have this habit of morning walk.
Right.
So I was walking here, and that was sustaining my health, I would say.
Yes.
So I would take about 1 hour of walk. Normally I do 40 minutes.
Right.
But those days you didn't have to do anything, so therefore I took 40 minutes of
I remember from the walk, your friendship with Mr. Jaitley. There was one such walk where you were with him, you rushed him to the hospital. Tell us a little about that friendship and about that time.
You see, I shifted to Kailash Colony in 2002 and Jaitley had moved in some 2 years before that, and he was my neighbor 2 houses away. And Jaitley, of course, I knew him because of our professional relationship.
Right.
As a lawyer. So he would go to the same park where I used to be going.
Okay.
And one thing that most people don't know, that Jaitley didn't know how to drive.
Right, yes.
He couldn't drive a vehicle. So somebody would take him otherwise. So when I came next door, he said, why don't you walk with me? Take me up. So I would take him to the park to walk, and we used to go to this Siri Fort, the opposite Sama Nursing Home on the Siri Fort Road.
Yes, yes.
There is a big park which is now named after him as Arun Jaitley Park.
Right.
And in that park we used to walk there in the morning, and there was a corner where we all got tea.
Yes.
So we had tea and chit chat, etc.
What was that friendship like, Mr. Kumar?
Friendship means we used to have general chit chat about anything and everything in the world. So if there was something about, he would tell me about court. He would tell me about if he had gone to the house, so about the house. And in fact, when I moved in there, he was a minister in the central government.
Right.
Yeah, he was a cabinet minister, and during Mr. Vajpayee's time. And then, of course, 2004 the government went away. This mishap happened in 2005 when he had a bypass surgery. And we would discuss anything and everything. And then, of course, if he had somebody from Bihar or somebody coming over for dinner, maybe Nitish Babu or somebody, so he would definitely call me. And then some distinguished, I met Mr. Modi for the first time at his house only.
Tell us a little bit about that meeting.
Nothing means, there was no interaction as such, but just introduction and, and happy. And then, of course, during the Gujarat riots cases, I was also appearing for the state government before the Supreme Court.
Yes.
So in that sense, he knew me. And I would also go with, Jaitley would say that I am going for election campaign whenever the assembly elections were happening. So he would say, you come with me, we'll have a good time. So I would go with him. So that kind of relation. If I had a party at my place, he would call me. If he had a party at his place, he would call me. So therefore, that kind of
this is
mutual.
Reminiscing of the good times. Nitish Kumar just won the elections in Bihar.
Yes.
You are originally from there.
Yes, yes.
How are you looking at this victory?
Well, you will be surprised at the kind of development that Bihar, especially Patna, because normally I have gone to Patna in the morning, come back in the evening, or the previous night done a matter or come. Or somebody in the family has gone away, so I have gone to pay respects, that kind of thing. So I have never had a chance to look. Of course, those chances only I had seen the flyovers, etc. happening, and so. But this time, since I was there last weekend itself for 2 nights, and I'd gone for a wedding, so I had more time. And in the day, I wanted to explore, because in the night, you don't know your bearings. You can't get to know exactly, because you have your reminiscence of the past of one kind of bearing. So I called up some of my classmates who are still there, and they all came and met me, and I said, Patna has developed like anything.
So have you had personal interactions also with the Bihar Chief Minister?
Yes, I have. Not just recently, but I have had, I do a lot of Bihar matters, cases for the state of Bihar. So therefore, once he had called me because of this prohibition case was listed, to be listed in the Supreme Court, so he said कि रंजीत बाबू आपको देखना है इसको पूरी तरह से, तो हमने कहा हम जरूर देखेंगे. So he incidentally now occupies the quarter 6 Kamraj Lane, which was allotted to me when I was SG. So he is my successor to that house there. So he called me there only. It was winter time, so we were all sitting outside. And so that was the last interaction with him on a one-to-one kind of.
2014, you became the Solicitor General in the government.
Yes.
What was
Modi ji took oath thereafter. He took oath on, I think, 25th or 27th May, and my appointment was done on 8th of June.
Thereafter, I want to ask you first, in fact, before that, Gujarat riots case, I used to be in the Supreme Court when those cases were there. It was a very volatile or a very time that I was seeing with the questions being asked by the benches, whether it was Court 5. How did you think that time could have been, how did you sail through that time, I would say?
No, you see, judges asking probing questions is a part of their duty according to me. So you can't find fault with it.
But we had another lobby there, like I would say the Tista and the other motivated petitioners were a lobby.
I will put it, they were the other side and we were on this side. There are always two sides to a
But
case.
very dangerous.
Whatever. So one side was, they were arguing that this thing is wrong and that, and we were trying to justify whatever was happening with all facts. So ultimately, if I had the answers and I told the judges were convinced that what I am saying, and then basically then the matter was going on status reports thereafter on a later stage. The earlier orders which were passed in 2002 etc. or 2004, by that time it was thereafter it was more of status reports which I was giving away, and so I continued to appear even when Amit Shah got bail from Gujarat High Court and it was challenged here, and the CBI was very, very vigorously opposing his bail. So I was appearing then also for the state. So there were.
Did you meet him at that time?
Yes, I met him.
And what did he tell you? What was, because I remember meeting him at his other lawyer's office, Mr. Jaitley at that time.
So Mr. Jaitley was appearing for him. And I was appearing for the state. So he had come over to my office and we met him, and Jaitley was also there. And Jaitley always believed in one thing, that if I have a case and I am the client, then I must go personally to the advocate who is representing. P.V. Narasimha Rao case, I was the one who got him bail in that matter when both the courts had rejected the bail. It was before Justice Ahmadi in 1996 or 97.
Okay. So what was P.V. Narasimha's demeanor like at that time?
Oh, we couldn't find a finer person. I would meet him very often. And when the case was going on, I would meet him very often. In fact, after the cases were over, I would get call from his office that Sahab aapko yaad kar rahe hain. So as a former Prime Minister, I think I owed a duty. So I would drop by, have a cup of tea with him.
You've spoken about Nitish Kumar, spoken about Mr. Narasimha Rao. These are, you being a legal institution, I would say, in yourself. You've met these politicians. I want to ask you what your meetings were like when you met Mr. Amit Shah at that time when these cases were going on?
You see, when one meets a person as a client and a lawyer relationship, basically you are meeting him as a one-to-one for the purpose. He will try to explain his stand.
Yes.
I'll try to understand and get to know the point. And then they read the papers, and then if I have questions, I will ask him.
Correct.
So it's a general thing. You don't go around doing anything else.
Yes. So then I ask you about you as the Solicitor General. Several times you've met the Prime Minister. Tell us a little bit about your meetings. What did you think about him, and what were your interactions with him?
The biggest, according to me, thing was that he remembers people fully, in the sense he had come to attend a wedding as a chief minister,
right,
and there was obviously a cordon, and inside that cordon there were people, and I was outside with my wife, and I saw him.
yes,
And they were not allowing him. I told the guards that he knows me very well.
right,
Suddenly he just looked from there at me, glanced at me and told them, let me come.
amazing.
And so I went inside with my wife, met him, and we met so cordially. And then he told my wife that मैं आपके husband को इतना तंग करता हूँ, हम लोग तंग करते हैं. That kind of thing. So, it was so heartening that somebody remembers you. And then thereafter, after I became SG, and on protocol functions, of course, not on a personal basis as such. Always, very warm and very, very nice interaction on a personal basis. I have had only one meeting with him on a one-to-one basis on some subject which he wanted to discuss. That's about it.
Was it a case? Was it a...
It's something to do with some case only.
Okay.
But
Did it come in the Supreme Court?
Yeah, it's all over. So that was it.
Okay. And in fact, I remember what you said about him remembering people, because when I was interviewing Mr. Rohatgi, he said the same thing. He said not only does he remember you, he's saying I asked him during the Doklam what happened, and he's saying we were at a marriage and he took his hand and he explained to me कि हमारी सेना यहाँ है, उनकी सेना यहाँ है, and he explained everything.
Yeah.
So this is the man that our Prime Minister is. His memory.
Yes. No, if he were to see you, I mean, according to me, if he were to see me at a function and somewhere around there, he will remember you, and you can go forward and you can, kind of shake hands with him.
In 2017, Mr. Kumar, you were once again invited to be the Solicitor General. In hushed corridors in the Supreme Court was said you had refused. One reason was you could have become a judge in the Supreme Court. One was that your friend had not become the advocate, the Attorney General.
No. According to me, there is a
What was the reason?
Complete misconception about this fact that I had any such thing that had happened. You see, what happened was my father used to keep quite ill while I was SG.
Okay.
And he unfortunately passed away in 2015.
Okay.
In fact, I was arguing a matter before the Chief Justice Dattu in a constitution bench, and a 5-judge, when my clerk came and told me on my ears that my father had passed away.
Right.
So I had to beg leave and leave.
Okay.
So thereafter I carried on. Then I found my mother's health deteriorating, and she would say that to spend some time with her. And I had to, kind of excuse myself because of the workload here. So, in fact, when I phoned up Ravi Shankar Prasad as Law Minister, and I wanted to leave, I said this only, that my mom is not well and I would like to leave.
Yes.
And he said that, nah, you go and leave. What is there for you to leave the job? So I said, I don't think I'll be able to do justice to my mother. And fortunately, she lived thereafter till she passed away this June, this year. So it's been eight years after that she lived with me, and I had had her blessings. I'll always have her blessings otherwise.
Yes.
So
that
it was
the
entirely
reason.
a personal reason, and I explained this to the law minister, and I explained this to Mr. Nipendra Mishra, who was the personal secretary to the Prime Minister. And I asked him that if you want me to go up to the Prime Minister and request me to relieve him. He said, don't worry, you can, I will convey it to him. And then I was relieved on the 1st of November 2017.
I wanted to ask you, you were a part, there was a resolution once passed against you, Mr. P.P. Rao, Mr. KKV, all very big names in the judicial profession, and after this resolution was passed, you had been represented by Mr. Hari Salve. There were 9 police escorts who got him to the Supreme Court. This was a time when there was an effort being made to besmirch the reputation of the judiciary. There is a lobby in the Supreme Court, I would say, that's always trying to do that.
I'll put it a little differently.
Yes.
Actually, we were fighting for. I was the amicus curiae in that matter, which the District Bar Association in a suit had been filed against us. So it was called B.D. Kaushik versus Supreme Court Bar Association. That we were fighting that why should people from other bar associations be allowed to vote here in Supreme Court? Those who regularly practice here, the decisions which have to be made are not being made by people who normally practice here, and it's being, and outsiders are ruling the roost kind of thing. So that judgment by Justice Panchal was our favor, where he held one bar, one vote is the right thing to happen, where you practice people. Anybody can be a member of any association, but the right to vote is a special right, which, like, you can travel anywhere in India, but your vote is here in Delhi.
Yes, that's right.
So the same thing, that anybody and everybody can be a member of the association. The right to form association and being member is, but the right to vote is not a fundamental right. It is a statutory right. So therefore he held that people generally, so therefore he appointed 3 persons for the purpose of kind of getting into the matter to find out as to who are the regular practitioners here.
Right.
So therefore Mr. Venugopal, Mr. P.P. Rao, late Mr. P.P. Rao and myself were by the court order made, and this was after a hearing of almost 7-8 days, which went on before Justice Panchal, where the Supreme Court Bar Association was represented, where the Supreme Court advocates on record were represented, the district bar were represented. Everybody came and argued the matter, then a judgment came.
I want to ask you about this another trend, the Allahabad High Court Bar Association, Patna High Court Bar Association, Kerala High Court Bar Association, Bengaluru High Court Bar Association. Everybody got together, came to Delhi, met the Chief Justice. They did not want Justice Yashwant Verma to be transferred back to the bench of Allahabad. How and what do you make out of this case of the impeachment of Justice Yashwant Verma?
Well, I don't know much details about it except what I have read in the press.
But there was unaccounted cash. Now the
yes, so that part, as I said, whatever has come out in the press, I am aware.
Yes, sir.
I somehow understand this much, that the Allahabad High Court bar may have felt that if he is in some kind of a tainted judge, why should he be coming here back at all?
Yes.
Fortunately or unfortunately, Justice Verma has taken his oath back in Allahabad High Court, but he has not been assigned any work, and he is not sitting on the bench. So to that extent, nobody is being affected, or nobody can raise a finger that I am being listened to or heard by a tainted judge. Now, there is a taint which has to be cleared. Now, the Commission of Inquiry is in place, everybody else is in place, the Commission of Inquiry will decide for itself on the charges sought to be levelled or the alleged charges, whether they are right or wrong.
But
So that procedure will happen. I have faced such a charge with Justice B. Ramaswamy when he was sought to be impeached. And the Parliament ultimately, after the report of Justice Sawant, rejected it and it did not allow impeachment of Justice B. Ramaswamy.
But Mr. Kumar, should an FIR have been filed right in the start, or should judges enjoy this immunity?
No, according to me, an FIR, the moment there was a fire, that itself is an incident which can reach to a conclusion of having an FIR. Whether there was money or no money, the FIR could have been lodged on the basis that in a government house, on a government property, there has been destruction of property by fire, and therefore that itself called for an FIR. So, a first information report, what is a first information report? Why is it called even first information? It's a report of something untoward that has happened, which has a criminal kind of background to it, so that the report is there and entered into the diary that there is something happened. Thereafter, whether FIR will be registered or whether the preliminary investigation will be done, and thereafter the FIR registered or thereafter sent to the magistrate, because there is a proper procedure that after the FIR is registered, it must be reported to the nearest magistrate within a certain time to give sanctity to it, and the law to
there
take its
should
course.
have been an FIR, I think.
So,
You're right.
yes, so therefore I said.
On that basis. I move to nicer, relaxed, more personal questions. What are the things you enjoy doing in your personal time, and how is a day in your life?
Well, earlier in my life, I have done lots of trekking. And I love the mountains and the serenity and the, the calm and the peace there. And I have been up to Kailash Mansarovar, where I had to walk 300 kilometers. But I was much younger then. And so hills are something I love to be in. But I have never kind of decided to have my own place to be in the hills. Because I don't want to be bogged down that I have this place and I must go there every time. I can go to other places also. And so therefore, that is something. So I have done lots of trekking. Other than that, now I have just started to learn golf. Because of the fact that I feel that as I am aging, that's probably the only game I can play. But in school, as I was in the hostel, I was telling you, we had to learn all the games. So I have played tennis, cricket, badminton, handball, table tennis, hockey. Everything. It's not something. So because we were required to take coaching and be there, and as you know, in school you have the houses. So 4 houses, So I was also one of the in the house, and then you have to participate. Then the other thing I learned to do was debating, which probably helping me today in my profession.
Did you debate at Hindu college?
No. Not much of extracurricular activity happened after leaving school, excepting trekking. So I have done the Chandrakhani Pass, and I have done the Triund Pass over the Dauladhar, and I have been to Khir Ganga in the Pin Parvati Valley. So and there is a unknown village mostly called Malana, which is they have their own, they say this is our own kingdom. That was way back in the 70s. So they said it's my kingdom, and they are very hostile for anybody coming from outside. Now I believe they have allowed some post office and other things to be there. So in college mostly I have done trekking and studies, that's about it. And after joining the profession, The only major trek that I did was go to Kailash Mansarovar in '86. And other than that, Vaishno Devi,
Yes.
one has been
And
doing.
what is a day in your life like?
My day starts with a morning walk,
Okay.
irrespective of the pollution.
Right.
And I am in the park at 7:15 or so, in Lodi Garden these days.
Okay.
Earlier at Arun Jaitley Park there,
Yes.
which was nearer my house.
Yes.
And there we, fortunately, at both the places we had got tea. So I have my tea there, come back home latest by 8:30,
Right.
get ready
Right.
and do some, pranayam
Okay.
and do some meditation
Okay.
and off to court. And when I come back from court around 4:30,
Yes.
I make it a point to lie down for about an hour
Right.
and start my evening work by 5:30.
Right.
So that 1 hour of sleep
Yes.
kind of rejuvenates me for the purpose of the evening.
Right.
And secondly, I don't normally accept any engagements on a weekday
Okay.
from Sunday to Thursday, so to say,
All right.
because of the fact that the next day is a working day.
Yes. Okay. That
But
discipline is there.
Yes, but Friday, Saturday,
Yes.
I definitely make it a point
Right.
that we must be, socializing.
Yes.
And
And
otherwise, I am very particular about, attending a wedding or an obituary,
Right.
kind of that I should go.
Yes.
And I must, because these happens once in a lifetime kind of thing always.
Yes.
Somebody's death, you must go and pay respects. Somebody is getting married, so go there. That kind of thing.
And what's on your bucket list now?
My bucket list, I want to go to the Northern Lights,
Very nice.
and I also want to visit the safaris in Africa.
Lovely.
I haven't been there, and of course, if possible, go to South America.
Yes.
And that's about it.
And do you travel with your family? Do you travel with your friends?
I have mostly traveled with my friends.
Okay.
Family travel also happened. Like we went there in September. We went with the family.
Yes.
We were in the south of France
Lovely.
for about 2 weeks, and so
Very nice.
yeah. But while my mother was alive, I made it a point that she was not alone here.
Okay.
So mostly I would not go, but if I had to go, I would make sure my son is there
Understood.
to take care of her, because she was fragile. In the last 2.5 years, she was very fragile. Otherwise, she would herself say,
Yes.
कि तुम लोग जाओ ना, हम यहाँ नौकर चाकर है ना, सब देख लेगा हमको, और डॉक्टर को होगा फ़ोन कर देंगे, बुला लेंगे. So even she died at the age of almost 93.
Right.
But the last 2.5 years after a bad fall,
Okay.
she could never come out of it.
A lesson that is also there for the youngsters to see is the dutiful son that you are coming across
No,
as.
I don't consider it as a duty as such. I would consider it is that when the mother looks after you and brings you up, the least you can do, according to me, is look after her when she needs you. And that is something because of which I left my job as a Solicitor General.
A point taken, and I think that's one controversy that's not a controversy. I completely agree. Your children, what are your plans for your children? What are their plans? You have a son and a daughter?
Yes. So my daughter is the elder one.
Okay.
She is 44 years old,
Right.
and she is a British citizen.
Okay.
She lives in London.
Okay.
And my son is a lawyer also.
Right.
He lives with us here,
Right.
and he's married, and he's been now practicing since 2007.
Okay.
So this been 18 years, almost more than 18 years,
Very nice.
because 2007 he was enrolled to the bar,
Yes.
and he has his own practice. He doesn't work with me, or
Okay.
he doesn't have.
So he will possibly follow in your illustrious footsteps.
Yes, I wish he would do more than I did.
Yes.
He should. As a father, one always feels that the children must be able to surpass you.
I'm sure, and I hope this is a life well lived, sir. And I'm hoping that this continues to be like this.
Thank you.
It's been a very joyful episode of the legal side of things, because we've covered a range of things and you've not shied away. You've been candid, unfiltered on speaking on everything.
As I said in the beginning to you,
yes,
that I have nothing to hide.
Yes.
And kind of, you know.
And even answer questions which are related to the judiciary, but not you. So, a wonderful episode. Thank you for being with us on this episode. See you next week.
Thank you.